Charlotte's out of the way, now it's on to Texas. It's going to be about 2.5 months of jumping back and forth across the world for racing after Texas, so I'm hoping for a little bit of a breather, which might mean a bike ride.
Smoking tires in the streets to the sets of Hollywood and onto the racetrack and pretty much everything in between. I'm Tanner Foust, and welcome to Life in the Foust Lane.
Just when you kind of thought there couldn't be a place bigger than Charlotte, you know, you go to the Texas Motor Speedway, and while it's not quite the venue of Charlotte with the giant drag racing track and everything, it is massive. It's the same layout as the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. The suites line, you know, the whole turn 1 to turn 3. They have a spa, they have a hotel, they have residences on the track. I mean, it really is an epic facility. It's a place where big races happen. It's an amazing step up for RallyCross to be invited there. Going to Texas, it was pretty obvious it was going to be a different event because the promoter there, Eddie Gossage, is known all around the motorsports community as being kind of a out-of-the-box thinker. Speaking to him, he's pretty convinced that he could pack any house with elephants and monkeys, and I believe him. Monkey knife fights, he says, is going to be his next big show. But anyway, the event was going to be interesting. So it turned out that one of the big things that the organizers of GRC used to sell the sport to SMI and to other partners was this giant jump. It's going to be this ramp-to-ramp metal jump. When I first saw the jump put together, this is a jump we were supposed to have in Charlotte. Thankfully it wasn't there because by even Texas a month later, it still didn't look ready. It looked like it was built to ship, not to jump. You know, it was the dimensions to fit into a container, but the landing ramp wasn't nearly long enough to actually be a landing ramp. So I was skeptical, but then you have other guys that have jumped more than I have. You got Travis Pastrana and Ken Block. These are guys that have made names for themselves jumping, building ramps themselves to jump. And they were just like, no, it's not right. Travis tried it anyway, because, you know, that's what he does. And he cleared the whole thing, bent the car. I mean, that's just a problem. So we made some modifications to the jump. It was just a negotiation, you know, with just trying to work out some safety standards there. Kind of an interesting experience, but the jump got fixed and we raced. GRC has still got, need to figure out a lot of things rule-wise and procedure-wise. We know it has to fit in a live TV show and everything, but we ran 16 laps in the final because we had red flag after red flag. Some of them were necessary red flags, some of them weren't. We ran 16 laps, jumped that thing 16 times. Every single jump felt like it was gonna break the car. I dislodged the alternator, the battery ended up dying. It couldn't make a spark above a couple thousand RPM, so going over the jump, I was using 4,500 RPM in third gear. I couldn't do that, and I had to use fifth gear at like 2,000 RPM. And I guessed wrong on the speed, cleared the jump, thought I broke the car, thought I broke my back, crawled across the line for, I think, a second place finish. I mean, it was just pure survival for a 2-mile track. It was a little too abusive, I think, on the cars, but, you know, have to go back to the drawing board for the next one. I mean, I was happy to make it to the end of the race, but as soon as I got out, I felt like there was something wrong. I don't know if it was heat stroke or what, you know, broken back. I'd been thinking through the last lap, like trying to do, you know, the little internal survey of making sure things are okay. And I wasn't sure about the back. It just kind of had that numb pain to it, like sometimes it has when you're in shock. So I took an ambulance ride, got checked out. By the end of the checkout, I was like, okay, it's cool, I'm feeling good, and realized I missed the champagne spray with Marcus. So that was a bit of a bummer, but was glad to be okay anyway. Even though I missed the winner's circle, you know, we swept it. Our team did, Ford did, but it was a good feeling for the team, you know, because we feel so stretched thin with 5 cars there. It's a great feeling to know that we still can produce the results. After you are on the podium, or especially if you win, you know, there's usually some media, but when you're in the NASCAR arena, you get dropped into the NASCAR machine work of media from the podiums, and you just kind of get swept from room to room, doing TV, doing radio. There's satellite radio ready, there's live radio for local audiences, there's all the machine work that they have in place to get people's interest to come out to the track for their big event the next day. It's good to do that, and it's a chance for you to tell the story about the race, and more people can hear about the type of racing, so it's a really great thing.
We hope to see you back out here at Texas Motor Speedway, because you put on a show, and frankly, if your backs didn't hurt, I'd love to see you go out and do it some more. But thanks for joining us.
Occasionally I still get a chance to ride a bike. It's not obviously how I make my living, and when I ride bikes I don't like to go completely crazy. I like the fact that the road looks totally different. A nice bank turn in a car will look completely different on a bike. You know, the dynamics are just kind of so much more involved, and that's yeah, it's a cool thing to learn.
Up until now, it's all just been build-up It's all about what we're here to do, why we have our jobs. That's X Games, with a little bit of a stunt mixed in.